Today, let's talk about ISS or Inter-Satellite Synchronization. For short, Inter-Satellite Sync. Basically, let's suppose that you have one satellite and this satellite will be a connected one, the one facing the internet and downloading content from CDN. And internally in your company or in your environment, you will have another satellite, and this one we call disconnected. There are different ways, different approaches that you can get this data from this connected one and import in your disconnected one. The way that I'm going to show in this video today is using the feature ISS. In other words, your disconnected satellite server has access to the connected satellite server, but has no access to internet at all. It is just internal access to the satellite server. All right. So with that said, let's go to the video and I'll be more than glad to show you how this works. As always, let's start by the documentation. This is the documentation that's going to show you synchronization or synchronizing a custom repository. Basically in chapter 9, we can see over here some additional information, content synchronization by using export and import. And this one that I'm going to show you is part of this section. And this is part of the documentation related to managing contents. We can see from here. But let's go to satellite and see this live. This is the satellite server. This is the connected one. And this is my disconnected. So you can see that my SAT03, let me bump this a little bit. SAT03 is the disconnected. You can see I have one organization here called disconnected. And my connected one is Acme. Wally, do they need to be the same organization, location? No, you can create different organization locations. No big deal. I'm going to tell you in a few what is the requirements. So in your connected one, you can have some repositories. So let's take a look on content, sync status. This is an easy and quick way to see what we do have already on this server. I can click on expand all, and then we can see satellite server or satellite capsule, the rel 10, AppStream, base OS, rel 8, AppStream, base OS. And also I have some custom repositories over here. All right. So with that said, let's take a peek on this one, the disconnected one. The first thing that we'll see here is this is one satellite, brand new satellite, and has no subscription. In other words, if I came to Red Hat repositories, you can see that I have no repositories available because there is no manifest or subscription available in this machine. If I click on subscription once again, you can see there is no subscription here. If we take a look on this, there you go. I do have my subscription and I have all the information that I need to access the content from Red Hat and also from some custom repositories. All right. Okay, first things first, I need one subscription to this one. Can I use the same subscription from my connected one? Yes, I can. So let me import the manifest. You can click on choose file and pick the manifest, the same manifest as you do have in your connected one. Okay, how can I get my manifest? Click on this manage manifest. If you open this link with a right click, this is going to open the page and you can download that manifest from your customer portal. I already have this one on my local file system, so I will just pick and use it. All right, we can see the manifest was imported and I can see one error over here. Seems that something is wrong. Let me show the reason. This is that server. And if we take a look on hosts, what I did here was subscription.hsm.red.com and cdn.red.com is pointing to my loopback or my local host, which means if this machine tried to access something from cdn.red.com or subscription.hsm.red.com, this is going to fail. And because of that, we can see that specific warning. Okay, but yeah, that's okay once this is a disconnected one. All right, if we go to Red Hat repositories and if I try to enable something here, it is expected to fail because this machine has no access to the internet, and then that's it. Okay, what is the next step? I need to click on my subscription. Let's skip this one. Click on manage manifest. Let's click on CDN configuration. And here by default, this is the standard configuration of your satellite. The expected behavior or the expected URL to be downloading package is from Red Hat CDN, which is https://cdn.redhat.com. Remember, this is a disconnected environment. This machine has only access to set02.king.lab. So I can use a custom CDN. This is not the configuration. This is not the purpose of this video. The one that I would like to show you today is this one, network sync. So we can be using the network to proceed with this sync. Then, okay, what is the information that I need? set02.king.lab. I need this one over here. So this will be my URL. I need one username. Which username will be? I will be using admin, but if you have any other user with administrative powers or credential, that's okay. I need to pass that password. So I'm gonna pass some wrong password right now just to show you what will happen. Organization label. This is my organization. So I need to be informing which organization I would like to be querying this content. If I don't pass, or if I pass some wrong organization, this process is gonna fail. And once I'm trying to export the content from this specific area or from this specific organization, and keep in mind that this organization is the one with this kind of content, the repositories that we have already synced and enabled, this one. This is the content that I would like to export. So this is the label that I should be using. So my organization will be Acme. The lifecycle environment is library. Yes, I can be using different lifecycle environments. So basically we can click on content on the left menu, lifecycle environment. But again, keep in mind that I would like to pick everything from library. So I will just keep library as is. Content view. Yes, I can request content from one specific content view. This is not the case. I'm using this satellite just to connect to the internet, sync all the content that I need, and I don't care about lifecycle environments and content views. My content view will be the for organization view, the ones that I would like to query and consume the content, as my lifecycle environment will be library. So I will keep the full organization view. This one over here, we can see this is empty. So, okay, I need one SSL CA content credential. How can I get this one? Let me show you real quick. This is our satellite 02 or the source. Let me open a new tab. You can see that I'm gonna change this to http/pub. And this is a pub directory. It is open because this is HTTP port 80. And we can see this Catelo server ca.crt. This is the file that I would like to be adding on my satellite. So let me do this. Let me copy the link. I'm gonna access this on my satellite tree. I'm gonna create one folder, Wally, wget. See, this is that link, HTTP, no certificate needed. All right, if we take a look, I have my certificate in this page. This is the SSL CA certificate from the SAT02. I need this one on my satellite, my disconnected one somehow. So let me select this one here. You could download this in your Windows box or Linux box. You just need the content of this file. So I'm gonna stop this one because we need to do this process before this configuration. This is in our documentation, but for the sake of this video, it is interesting to see how this works. We can click on content on the left menu and you can see this content credentials. So let's click on content credentials. There are no credentials here. I have another video talk about content credentials. I'm gonna keep probably in the end of this video. Create content credential. Let's put here SAT02 SSL CA. And instead of GPG, I would like to pick SSL certificate. Just paste the content over here. Fear not about the formatting or space, or it seems to be broken, but it is not, believe me. Hit save, and then you have your credential now, okay? So let's click on subscriptions again. Manage manifest, CDN configuration, network sync. We need to redo that guy. So HTTPS set02.king.lab, username admin. The password, I'm gonna put something here, which is weird, not the correct one. The organization label will be Acme. I'm gonna keep library and the for organization view. And now, check this out. I can see that specific SSL certificate. And this is gonna allow me this configuration. From now on, just hit update. And check this out. There is one error, CDN loading error, access denied to blah, blah, blah. So this is because my credential is wrong. This is expected. Like Satellite is smart enough to say, okay, let me do a double check just to confirm if those credentials are okay. If not, there you go. Let me present this error and dear admin, go on and fix your error. So let me put the correct one. You can double check the password if you wish. Let's do an update again. And now this is okay. This is telling us, hey, your CDN configuration was updated properly. This is good. Let's close. And I would like to keep one thing here or one command on this capsule. Basically, what we are doing is tail-f on varlog messages, and I'm looking for HTTP or SAT02. Any operation using HTTP or SAT02, I would like to see in this screen. So let's come back and let's click on Red Hat repositories. By default, nothing will appear here enable because you have to enable. And then, okay, can I enable everything because I can see 2,680 repositories? This is based on the subscription, but this doesn't mean that you have all those repositories enabled already on this satellite. Okay, this is just a subscription information, subscription reference. Let me pick this one. I'm confident that I don't have this repository enabled and see what will happen. See, there is a warning. Hey, this repository with this architecture was not found in upstream in that specific organization and in that specific content view, the for organization view, and also in that specific lifecycle environment library. And I agree with that because this is not synced at all. However, I know one repository that I have enabled. Let me copy from my end the name. I can search over here. This is the satellite client 6 for Route 10, and I'm confident that I have this one over there. Hey, Wally, how sure can you be? If we take a look on sync status, I can double check this one. This is one way. I can expand and search by client. This is the repository. And another way is if I search on my repositories, instead of available, I would like to see both. Let me search that repository here. And then there you go. We can see this repository is already in this connected satellite. So it should be safe to say that the disconnected one will be able to connect to this satellite and sync that content. So I can click on this plus sign. This is gonna enable the repository and look at that beauty. Now the repository Red Hat Satellite Client 6 for Route 10 has been enabled successfully. It is here. Let's see, there is nothing yet on this log. Now let's try to sync. I can sync in different ways, but let me click on sync status. We can click over here, synchronize now. And yes, we can see some action happening under the hood. So download that file from, this is important. And you can see like this information here because I enable some debug, some verbosity, just to show what's going on under the hood. But we can see that this is getting this content from sat02.king.lab and not from cdn.redhat.com, which is awesome, which is expected. So in other words, this disconnected one is getting content from the connected one. This kind of implementation is for that kind of scenario that I have my satellite one connected. This has like full access to internet, or at least for the sites that is recommended to be open for that specific satellite server. And the satellite 3, the disconnected one in this case, has access just to satellite 2, the connected one. So yeah, this is the expected behavior. Look at that beauty. Totally deserves your subscription. Huh? Now we have this one, the sync is completed, and this is gonna happen to all the repositories that we have on our connected. So in other words, if I have my rel 10, I can access this one, Red Hat repositories. Let me enable this toggle. I know for sure that I have my base OS and app string. So here is the app string for rel 10, and here is the base OS for rel 10. I'm confident that I have both over there. If I click on plus sign here and here, those repositories will be enabled on this disconnected satellite. See, they are already over here. I can click on my sync status. Let's expand all. Those were never synced. I can select all and synchronize now. So what will happen is, okay, I'm disconnected one, I'm a disconnected satellite, but I have this configuration pointing to that specific satellite, the connected one. Let me give it a shot. Now I can connect and sync, download all the packets for those repositories. The most important point here is about the manifest, because the manifest that you're using here can be the same, or if you have a different manifest for any other reason, just keep in mind that the manifest that you are using in your disconnected satellite has to contain like the same or similar repositories or subscriptions that will allow you to sync those repositories that you have in your connected satellite. This is the trick. This is the main important message I would like to share. And that's it. We can see this is syncing. We can see some traction here happening, downloading from set02. That's it. All the information will be here soon. Synced successfully with no problem, no issue. And on this now, and from now on this disconnected satellite, you can proceed with the minimum implementation, creating content views, composite content views, lifecycle environment, activation key, global registration, just to rest your content host on this disconnected satellite. This is the piece that I would like to show about Red Hat content. Now, let's see the other one, which is the third-party repositories. Let's suppose that you have this Zabbix, and then let me start by this one. I'm gonna open, and this is the connected one. So anytime that I open this one or any third-party repository, you can see over here, this was published at this path. And in general, these will be unprotected, which means if I open this one, I can access that repository, okay? So what can I do from here? Can I copy this one and use this one in my favor in that disconnected environment? Definitely you can. So products, create products, Zabbix. I will not be using GPG, or I will skip this one. We'll focus only on the package. But this is my product, and now I would like to create a new repository. Let me call this Zabbix 7.4 something. The type here will be yum, and the upstream I would like to use is this guy. For now, I won't check the verify SSL, but this is the path in question. And I'll keep all the rest here, like immediate. By default, the download policy is gonna be immediate. We'll download all the packets for the satellite server. Like the disconnected one will be downloading automatically from the connected one all the packets, because this is immediate. Let's hit save. And I can go on sync status and sync this repository, or I can sync from here. Just select, click on the sync button. We can see some traction happening here, which is good, a good sign. We can see all the RPMs getting downloaded, see? And eventually this is gonna finish, and we should be able to see all the packets on satellite server, the disconnected one. Amazing. I can see the information here. If we come back to repositories, this is success, 52 packets, pretty good, pretty amazing. But it is bonus time, so let me give you one more bonus. What if I tell you that there is a way that I can just scan everything and then create this easily on the disconnected one? Pretty cool one. So if I go one level here, you can see Zabbix, and then I have different repositories, because those are the different repositories that I have on satellite. assuming that I have different products, I should be able to see over here, like third-party products, they would be in this list. Let me pick this one, Zabbix, and then I can use this URL. So let's come back to our disconnected one. Let me click on products. And there is this feature, which is pretty cool, pretty amazing, and pretty useful. You see this right now. Repo discovery. I can click over there. The kind of content I would like to discover is a yarn repo. So let me keep that one. Let me pass that path. See, this is the connected satellite, and I'm doing the action on this connected satellite. I would like to discover. In this case, I don't need any username and password because this is open. If we come back here, we can see unprotected is equal yes. This is totally open. So if I click on discover, what's going to happen is satellite, the disconnected one, will hit the connected one, will search in that structure, and will present all the repositories that are available. See, I can see this one here. If you say, okay, I would like to go one level up, let's remove that one, discover, and we can see what will be presented in this specific area. See, I can see Zabbix, and then assuming that I have different products, I can play with this, but you got the message, you got the points. And now I would like to create those repositories and sync all of them. Basically what I can do here is select all of them, or eventually I can pick some of them, but let's do this. Let me create all of them and click on create selected. Some information here. For the sake of this video, I'm gonna uncheck the verify. I can be using one specific product, existing product, Zabbix, or I can create a new one. Let me create a new one just to show you the difference. New Zabbix. Then once again, no need for username and password. This is gonna give you some recommendation or advice about the repository name and repository label. If you like to change, go on, this is the time. And after that, just hit run repository creation. You can see that we have 4 repositories. This is the same action for 40 or 400 or eventually 4,000. It will be a huge number of repositories, but again, this is the main idea of this feature. You can create those repositories easily. Again, pretty amazing feature. Okay, those repositories, they got created. Now let me show you this. Let's click on products. We know that we have this Zabbix, which was created by us a few minutes ago manually. And this new Zabbix is the one that got created by this feature, Repo Discovery. So let's click on New Zabbix. And from here, we can see that they are not synced yet. So 0 packets to all of them. I can hit this button, sync now. And what will happen is satellite's gonna sync all this content as before. But now was much better because we created like this new product, like new Zabbix. I could be using Zabbix, that's okay. But we can see like the creation of all the repositories. It is easy and I don't need to care about the URL because based on the discovery, satellite's gonna do everything for me. All the hard work, it is gone. I don't have to worry about this anymore. Let's just wait for satellite to sync, work as a beautiful product that it is. And at the end of the process, we should be able to see all the 4 repositories synced, ready to roll. Amazing, amazing. Totally deserves your subscription, huh? This is the time to smash that like button. And also let me know down below in the comments, have you used this feature like the Repo Discovery? What do you think? Did you enjoy? No, not at all. Anything that you like to change on this behavior, the behavior that the discovery works, let me know. I will be glad to hear that. Check this out. Stopped, success, 4 tasks, 4 success, 0 fail. If we come back to new Zabbix, we can see the repositories and now all of them success, 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 the number of packets. And again, if we take a look here, let me pick this one, downloaded file from set02.king.lab. So again, in any moment, this machine was accessing cdn.reddit.com or subscription.rhsm.reddit.com. The only connection that this machine was doing was between set03 to set02. And this configuration was made exactly here. Manage manifest, CDN configuration, network sync, this configuration. So this is a pretty powerful feature that you can definitely implement, and that definitely is going to help you in this connected, disconnected environment whenever you have this connection between the disconnected environment with the connected environment. In the future, I'm going to show you how you can do this connected and disconnected, and the disconnected will be a full disconnection like air gap environment. For that kind of scenario, this feature is not a better one, because in this case, we need this connection, the network connection. But pretty soon, I'm gonna be releasing a new video just explaining this different approach, different scenario. But again, if this is something that you enjoy, if this is something that you can apply, or if this is something that you're already using, let me know down below in the comments. I will love to hear this from you. From now, just to close up this scenario, we can go on sync status, and this is still a disconnected environment. So we can expand all. And from here, we can see that we have the Rel 10, base OS, AppStream, the client for Rel 10. I have the Zabbix. This was created manually. We can see the sync is complete. And we have this one here that got created automatically by Repo Discovery. Pretty cool, pretty amazing. This is the point, this is the process. To close up this one, because this is a common question, this satellite will have a sync plan. This sync plan is going to be downloading new content to this satellite. What should I do on my disconnected one? You can definitely go to your disconnected one and also create a new sync plan. So let's do this real quick. Sync plan, create sync plan, Red Hat. I'm gonna put this daily, 3 a.m. That's okay. The product I would like to add here will be my Red Hat and new Zabbix. I'm gonna get rid of this Zabbix. We created that one manually. We can see here the number of repositories. This one is that with 1, this with 4, add selected, and that's all. What will happen here now is every day, 3 a.m. in the morning, these satellites is gonna connect to the connected satellite and you sync new packets. Let's suppose that my connected satellite has another sync plan, and that sync plan is something like 10 p.m. or eventually midnight. So satellite will have enough time to download the packets, put everything plays on library, the full organization view, and then whenever the time comes, like 3 a.m. in the morning, this disconnected one is going to connect to the satellite, the connected one, and you say, hey, let me get my new packets from new Zabbix and Red Hat Enterprise Linux for 8664. Those repositories, and there you go. This disconnected one will also be getting all the new packets from the connected satellite. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is a pretty nice topic. All the time I have people asking about this kind of configuration, ISS or inter-satellite synchronization. This is one method via network. And again, if you have the possibility to be using the network to be syncing content, go on. This is amazing, pretty straightforward. The configuration is pretty simple. And as we saw, worked as expected. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Also, feel free to join us in our Discord channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.